I finally saw her. The body of Miss Madison.
Oh my god! Hey guys, Dennis Machina here. Thanks for hanging out. Today's reaction is the latest Creepypasta from Crypt TV. This is Shelley, Shelley's Secret. But before we get into it, please go over and support Crypt TV. I'll leave a link to their channel, along with the link to the original video in the description below. Then go over and support my channel. It's very easy, just go right below this video. Give that like button some love, and if you are new here, please click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because I put up new videos every single day, and every little bit of support helps. And without any further ado, thank you.
I never got used to the missing posters. Those photocopied faces staring back at me. As I locked up my classroom,
Oh my, that's a lot of people.
The darkened school hallway of the prestigious school of Avon Manor. It was late, but extra work meant extra hours, which meant extra money. Teachers always needed that.
True.
And lowly teachers' assistants like me, we needed it even more. I finished my grading and left the classroom, walking the darkened hallways of the school. Only the glow of the exit sign to lead my way. It should have been scary, but I was too tired to bother being spooked by the shadows or the echo of my footsteps.
It's probably a good thing.
I passed the bulletin board, where pictures of the missing teachers adorned posters hung haphazardly. I was used to seeing missing children on milk cartons and news reports, but normal, full-grown adults who've just up and disappeared?
Yeah, that's weird.
That was another feeling altogether. There was one for Mr. Lesham, the boisterous music teacher that I knew liked to humiliate his students for menial errors.
Oh.
And another for the missing gym teacher, Mr. Morrow, a man that took sadistic pleasure in driving students to total exhaustion for the fun of it.
Sounds like they had it coming then.
A flash of movement startled me.
And
It
sounds
was a
like the work
student
of Shelley.
walking at the other end of the hall with her back to me. Hard to see in the dim light, but I could have sworn she had something in her hand. I called out to her. "Excuse me, young lady. School's closed. You can't be here."
She don't give a fuck.
I hurried after her, reaching the corner, but she had already made her way through a door down to the basement under the school, where holiday decorations and props from old school plays were kept. Annoyed, I walked after the student, calling out again. "Miss, stop what you're doing this instant!" Even though I was just a TA, I figured I had enough authority to stop a kid from skulking around after hours. But still, no answer.
That's
Now
weird.
she had wounded my pride, so I stalked after her, down into the basement. The walls wet with moisture from the rusty pipes, and the old brick walls from the original foundation. That was a simpler time, I thought, when children listened to their elders. I stumbled past old decorations from School Spirit Week, then past the old art supplies. I could just see the shadows of the girl moving ahead. If this was a prank, someone was going to get in so much trouble, maybe even expelled.
Uh-oh.
Then, I saw them. I dropped my cell phone, its light swirling madly as it spun on the floor. My breath caught in my throat. I'd found the missing teachers. Mr. Morrow, the boorish gym teacher, swung from the pipes overhead, choked by
Oh my god!
hands and feet bound.
That's brutal.
He'd been hogtied and left to swing, his face purple and bloated,
Ugh.
tongue turning black from the weeks spent.
Very
fighting for my
descriptive.
breath.
Oh,
His lips had pulled
Ugh.
back as he began to decay,
oh. Ugh.
revealing rotten teeth,
Ugh.
clenched tight for eternity.
Ugh.
Next to him was the body of
Oh!
Mr. Lesham, the music teacher who hated rung
Oh.
so much he'd wrap the students with his conductor's baton.
Yep,
I
sounds
was
like you had it
horrified
coming.
as I looked into his glassy eyes, his body propped against the wall. The baton had been jammed straight from one ear to the other.
I see that.
Dried blood crusted down the side of his head. All I could think of as the bile rose in my throat was the last thing he must have heard.
Oh.
Was his own eardrums rupturing and the scraping of the wood as it was
Oh,
driven into his
don't
brain.
describe that. That's terrible.
Then I heard the whimper. An old, frail voice I recognized. Mrs. Madison. "Please, I didn't mean to be cruel. I just wanted to." But a wet, squishing sound cut her off, turning her voice into a
She's
pained
dead, man.
squeal. I crept forward, peering around the corner, where I finally saw her. The body of Miss Madison.
Oh my
with
god!
pencils jammed into her.
Jesus! How many are just in her face and her neck? In her chest?
Eyes, her mouth, her throat, and lungs.
I just said that!
Each one had sticky, blackened blood all around it. Clearly, someone had been at this for a while.
Clearly.
The dark figure I had followed down here was standing over her, having come to finish what it had started.
Finish? I feel like that's overkill at that point.
I heard her before I saw her clearly. That low, wheezing sound. Her breathing. The shk, shk of her field hockey stick dragging along the ground. The dark figure raised a final pencil over its head, then brought it right down between Mrs. Madison's eyes, finally killing her.
Wait, whoa. You mean to tell me that she wasn't dead already? She had all of those pencils shoved into her neck. The blood loss alone should have killed her. And then there's the fact that she's able to let out a scream. Like, they're all in her throat. How would she be able to even make a noise?
I knew what would happen when the figure turned around. I was dead. My lips quivered, tears in my eyes as the shadow slowly shifted to look at me. I heard the swinging of the hockey stick, the old wood slicing through the air as it swung towards my jugular vein, ready to hack my head from my body. But then, no pain came. No bloody, gruesome death.
Huh.
I wasn't dead. I could feel something hard pressed against my throat, keeping me from begging for my life, from crying, or from screaming.
Right there. Can't make any noises because
it's
it's...
my eyes, but I knew I had to.
Never mind.
I could hear her, right in my ear. Wet and raspy breathing so close I could smell that fetid breath, sticky sweet like roadkill. I opened my eyes and there she was, beside me, hockey stick held against my throat. Shelley.
Yep.
All she had to do was twist the handle and she'd rip out my esophagus.
You'd be gone.
Pull the air right out of me. With any luck, she'd break my neck and I wouldn't feel anything. Shelley raised her hand, fingernails black and rotten, skin pale as cream, veiny and thin. With a twitching jerk, she pointed to the wall. Terrified to twist my head for fear of losing it, I struggled to see what was written on the wall deep in the basement. My eyes were losing focus, the oxygen escaping me as the hockey stick pushed against my neck. Finally, what was on the wall became clear in the darkness, written in chalk and blood, smeared along old brick. I saw what was written. Then, as quick as she came, Shelley was gone. I fell to the ground, knees giving way.
I guess she didn't do anything
As
bad
I could
then.
stand, I ran from that
Because
basement,
normally Shelley kills all the bad teachers.
never looking back. She could have chased me. I could feel her watching me as I left. I've never told anyone this story. I've kept Shelley's secret. That's why she let me live, I think. To keep her secret.
Maybe.
And to remember.
Not to be a
I
bad
still teach
person.
these days, and have for many
Maybe
years.
that's...
Once Mrs. Madison was gone, I got the promotion to full-time teacher I knew I deserved.
Oh, okay, that's...
Same classroom.
That's nice.
Same course. Same books and lessons. But whenever I find myself angry at the students, ready with a mean comment or a cruel punishment, I remember what Shelley had written on the wall of the basement all those years ago.
Aha!
Teachers can be bullies too.
That makes sense. That's kind of Shelley's thing. Killing teachers who are terrible to students. Anyway, that will do it for this one. Please let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed, please leave a like, share this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Ring the notification bell because I put up new videos every single day. And I'll see you guys next time.